So I was a math major.
Okay.
I was in the Philippines, but the thing about math, pure math, is I have my bachelor's in pure math. Came here to go to graduate school. I had pure math. I wasn't bothering about there were like during that time computer science is a new thing. I did not take any programming classes, even though my friends were doing that. I got here. I was only taking math classes. And then after my master's, I'm like, I don't have any skills. No skills. And actually, when I came, I was just thinking, like, oh yeah, it's new to me. I mean, I didn't come from a family of very educated people. My parents were my mother, smartest person I know, but not very educated. She was very smart that when she was in third grade, she was promoted to fourth grade.
Oh,
And then there was a war,
which
World War II.
okay, so we are going back that far.
Yeah.
I hear stories about World War II in the Philippines
Hmm.
from my wife, from her mother and generation about like hiding, away from like the Japanese and stuff like that.
So they didn't go to school.
Yeah.
They didn't. So after the war, she had to go back to school as a fourth grader. So the promo, and
Wow.
and and then and then my grandparents. This is very sad for me because my mother is so smart, but her parents didn't let her go to school, even though she was very smart, because she's a girl.
I didn't understand a lot of these things when I
Yeah.
started going to the Philippines. My first time in the Philippines was 2005. I've been about 30 times. I lived there, all that stuff. And the way Filipinos and their family approach like the family farm and
Mhm.
school and everything, it was so interesting because I remember distinctly it was somewhere between 2012 and 16, I think, where they mandated 11th and 12th grade in the high school. And I was so confused because so many families were against it.
Mhm.
And they were like, no, we need them home. We need them working in the family business. We need them making money. And being an American, I'm like, what do you mean? And then that was the first time that I realized that Filipinos were graduating high school at 16
Mhm.
and going to
Yep.
college and graduating college at like 18 or
Yep.
20 or whatever, for however long they're there. And to me, that was like, I
Yep.
had no clue that the other side of the world or anywhere in the world
Yeah.
operated underneath those.
I was 17. I was actually old for my grade because my birthday's in January.
Mm,
So I'm always one year older than most of my classmates. So I started college as a 17-year-old.
that's incredible.
And
It's like Doogie Howser.
yeah, but I wasn't the youngest. Actually, one of my friends, I'm still I'm in touch with him. He For the last 30 or so years he's been a professor in Pasadena College. He's about to retire also. He started college at 15.
Wow.
Uh but this and so there's this thing in the Philippines that, yeah, that the change. It used to be, you finish sixth grade, then you go to high school, and then they changed that. And actually, interestingly, I'm trying to work with my friends in the Philippines in the education field. There are a lot of things that are going on. Number one, the 11th and 12th grade, it's a waste of time.
You think so?
Uh,
Or do you mean the
w-
way it currently
the way that
is?
it currently is.
Okay.
It's like they didn't really, they added years, but they did not add.
The curriculum.
Yeah.
Mm.
And then given that I'm in the assessment world, um the Philippines is about 40 years behind in educational assessment.
Yeah. Well,
And in any kind of assessment. So for example, the licensure and certification in the Philippines. So the licensure and certification in the Philippines is very norm referenced. So for example, oh, the PAP, if you take a board exam, let's say a generic board exam of something.
Sure.
Oh, if you're in the top 20%, you pass. You become an engineer or you become whatever you want to become. So if you fail, just take it again, just in case you're be in a less able cohort, then you pass. So that doesn't make you smarter, that doesn't make you more qualified. The reason that you are now a professional is because you took the test with a less able cohort.
Yeah.
Is that what you want? Like if for example, if you're a doctor or a lawyer and I'm a patient, I'm like, how many times did you have to take the board exam?
Yeah.
When did you take it?
Yeah.
Did you take it on the after the fall semester or after the spring semester? Because assessment is the results are very periodic, and so that's like norm reference testing. Which when I got to the field, first thing that they teach is, oh, there's norm reference testing and there's criterion reference testing. Criterion reference testing means that, okay, determine what you want them to have. What are the knowledge, skills, and abilities
Yep.
that you're expecting these people, that if they have that, they pass. If they don't have that, they don't pass. So if they pass, you know that you know their characteristics, you know their qualities, you know their capabilities. Other than, oh, they're in the top 20%.
Yeah.
Like, okay, that doesn't tell me anything. And actually that became my expertise, is this subfield called standard setting. And standard setting is basically this process of setting passing scores for tests. It's a very specific thing. You design the process. You including who are the right people
Mhm.
that you invite to set this cut score. Who are the decision makers and so forth. It's very specific. So if you actually search my name in the educational measurement literature, that's what will come up.
I see. I have a little bit of a background in this as well. I was a master instructor in the Air Force. I taught communications. I developed tests. I developed measurements for that. Instructional design. That's very difficult stuff.
Oh yeah.
Especially in the Philippines. I'm not trashing the Philippines when I get into this, but they are very different. Like Department of Education doesn't really exist in the Philippines. It does, but not in the same manner like what we expect here. Every school fends for itself. Every school is fundraising for, itself. There's no like federal funds that come down and support most of the schools, as far as I'm aware. So
that's actually changing.
Good.
They have they have two things right now, which I think, like, why do they have two? So there's the Educational Commission on its second version. So they have EdCom 2, and then they have the Department of Education. They've always had Department of Education. So for example, Cora's mother was at the Secretary of Education under Cory Aquino. Now they have hired a very popular former senator as the Secretary of Education, Angara. I forgot what his first name is, but I did meet him. He was the son of the former president of the University of the Philippines.
Wow.
So when we were in college, his dad was the president of the University of the Philippines. This is actually one thing that, when I went to the Philippines to me and my friends met with Secretary Angara, because I have this you didn't expect this.
No, but I love this.
Yeah. So I have my very best friend in the whole world, and her husband. So I have to go back because I have to tell you the backstory. This is the hard part about me. It's like I have to tell the backstory. I went to gifted science high school.
Okay.
So in the I don't know if you know about this. So there's this thing called the Philippine Science High School. During my time, you can take the first screening if you're at either you're a top 10 in your elementary school, I think, And then after you pass the first screening, then you take the second screening, and then they take about 200 students from all over the Philippines, bring them over to Quezon City.
Wow.
So
Okay.
here I was, 13 and a half, living away from my parents.
That has to be unbelievable pressure.
It is, and some kids, even if they pass, they don't go, and so forth. And then some kids, they just can't take being away from their parents. Anyway, so I went to this school. That's another.
That's okay.
There's actually a movie about this.
Really?
Yeah, Pisay, Pisay.
Okay.
It's a movie about kids who went to this school, and it tells you about different things about the school, the pressure that the students are up against. Like some are from very, very poor families, and we get stipends. So I've been getting money since I was 13 and a half
Wow.
to go to school. But some kids are so poor that whatever they get from school, they support their families. It's really hard.